Pat Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Good morning, American. It's Friday.
Thanks for joining us. Great to have you with us. 888-900-3393. Some breaking news. It's just amazing how shameless Vladimir Putin is. Jailed Russian opposition leader and outspoken Kremlin Vladimir Putin critic Alexei Navalny just died in prison.
Old age.
We lost him. Old age, 47.
Oh,
yeah,
boy.
yeah. In this day, you don't live past 47. He was on borrowed time already.
I mean, he actually was. He actually was.
Well, he was.
In
you remember
Russia,
when he got
he
poisoned
was.
with a nerve agent in 2020?
He almost died there.
Yeah, he did.
And
he was fortunate to survive
Yes,
that.
he was.
But then, was it just this past December, late December, they put him in jail?
Well,
to
they
have
put
killed
into
him
they
already.
They moved him to another prison, right? He came back.
Yeah, right.
He came back. The first time when he came back to Russia, they had made a big deal about him returning, and they had the press and the crowd was all waiting for him at this one airport, and Putin sent him to another airport. Yeah, it was just that's where they landed. They went to another airport.
Putin redirected the plane.
Wow, I mean, you say Putin. I say it was just weather.
The weather.
Yeah, clouds.
And so nobody saw it.
That's just.
So he goes in front of
Wow.
the courts and they send him to prison. And then they just moved him to another prison not long ago because
the Arctic.
The wife said he was sick and they weren't taking care of him. So they moved him to another prison I'm sure that had better medical care.
Sure, right.
But the medical care didn't work.
It failed.
Because
I'm sure they did everything they could.
well, they said.
They
said he went out for a walk and they tried to help him.
This is how Putin operates, right? And you would think conventional wisdom would be like, oh boy, the scrutiny of the world is on him, so maybe
He doesn't care.
pull back on some of that for a while.
He doesn't care.
No. I'm really surprised that they let him die like that in Russia because
old age?
it's such a. I mean, that's a
shows
pretty
that they-
high-profile case.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the world has been watching, and he doesn't care.
Yeah. Holy cow.
Wow.
Now it could have been legitimately.
No.
You know.
I doubt it. I very much doubt it.
I mean, it could have
What are
been-
the chances he was killed? 99.9%?
Well,
That does leave some doubt.
what made him sick?
The man of peace.
Well,
Vladimir
the
Putin.
nerve agent at first.
That's what I'm saying. So,
Yeah.
like, maybe
He
this
could have
wasn't.
still been fighting.
Maybe
that.
this wasn't a decision that was made 5 minutes ago.
Right.
This could be just the
Yes, it could
result
be from
of
that.
earlier.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's just amazing that
Man.
they didn't do everything they could to keep him alive. Now,
But
obviously,
they did, though.
They did, though.
The official statement.
That's what
I
I'm
read to
saying.
you guys the
I
official
know.
statement.
They did. They did
And the
everything
official
they could.
statement is
Thank you, Chris.
Navalny felt bad after a walk,
He felt bad.
Right.
almost immediately losing consciousness.
Is it because he didn't do enough steps? Why'd he feel bad?
I think this program has been at the leading edge of
Health?
health over the years.
Well,
Thank you, Chris.
absolutely.
And that exercise kills.
We've been. Thank
That
you.
is
We've
true.
been at the leading forefront of
Exercise
not taking too many
kills.
steps. I'll tell you that.
Right.
And then medical staff arrived immediately, and the ambulance team was called.
And they did
Resuscitation
everything
measures
humanly
were carried
possible.
out,
Right.
which did not yield positive results.
Oh, darn it.
It gets
hate
cold
that.
up there in the Arctic Wolf.
And when you're injecting bubbles into people's bloodstream,
I don't see that on the
sometimes-
statement.
Sometimes it just winds
I
up
know,
in
it
his
doesn't say
heart
that.
and kills him
no,
dead.
no.
You
The following sentence is paramedics confirmed the death.
No,
Of the convict.
Pat has the original Russian press.
Oh, so you're translating it. Got
Yeah.
it. Sorry, I apologize. I got the
They
English
thought the
version.
bubble was going to help him, but
Oh,
it
it didn't.
Turned out it didn't. Shot straight to his heart, killed him
What are you
dead.
going to do?
What are you going to do? I mean, they tried like heck to save the guy.
I mean, just
But
could.
He was beyond saving. I mean, when you're 47, it's tough to pull through.
Now it'll be interesting to see the excuses for the
I'm
autopsy.
concerned.
That's what I'm saying.
for the-
You're on borrowed time, my friend.
Right?
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see if we are allowed an autopsy or what the autopsy says.
Well, sadly, on the way to the autopsy, they accidentally dropped him into a crematorium.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Is that on the original?
It's in Russian, yeah, in the original.
That's probably like a rule from the Russian prisons. When you die in prison, you get cremated right away. And
Yeah. What are you going to do? What are you going to do?
It's the efficiency of the motherland. I'm just curious, Jeffy. Has my text made it to you yet that I sent earlier today?
I don't know.
Mm-hmm. So if you have a T-Mobile phone, apparently their network is down nationwide with texts and phone calls.
It's come through.
Has it?
Yeah.
It did come through now?
Yeah.
So it's fixed.
And you said you received my text.
I know. I received yours. I don't think you received mine.
I certainly did.
Okay. How many letters? He can't count.
18. 18 letters in your text.
Anyway, there's apparently been a big thing this morning nationwide with T-Mobile.
Is that a Russian thing too?
Apparently it's fixed.
Have they hacked into T-Mobile?
I mean, the internet works on the T-Mobile thing, just not regular text and phone calls.
It is working.
You're not alone, is what I'm trying to tell you, dear audience, if you're having trouble with your T-Mobile this morning. Should have gone with Patriot Mobile, huh?
Right?
I mean, all you people that your text didn't go through at 3 a.m. Sorry.
Mm-hmm. Okay. You get the Vladimir Putin type sympathy from Jeffy, which
guess
is great.
so.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't think he got my text yet.
He couldn't live after we injected that bubble into his bloodstream. Sorry. Whatever. Right. I thought he was going to be fine, but I guess not.
We did everything possible.
Everything. There was nothing we could have humanly done to save that man. What are you going to do? Also, yesterday, closer to home, Georgia prosecutor Fani Willis took the stand.
Good morning, American.
Yeah, that's not what I meant.
She sounded like Paul.
That's what I meant to do. We want Fani to be tender with our love, like she's tender with the love of
her boyfriend.
Yeah. She's going after Trump, of course. Little conflict of interest with Nathan Wade.
Yeah, because she signed him the case to investigate Trump.
Yes.
Right?
Mm-hmm. And now their relationship started after he was hired, is what they're saying.
No, that's what she claims.
But then, we got a friend, right, yesterday who said, no, 2019, man.
Testifying under oath that this started before. So way MSNBC was reacting to that news.
The legalese fool you. This is epic. This is monumental. If things are going in the direction we think, Fani Willis lied to the court. It's game over for her. She will be disqualified. If they had a relationship prior to when they represented to the court, it's a huge deal. I can't overstate it.
And do you feel the same way, Charles, based on the testimony of what we just heard? And we just learned Nathan Wade, who is the special prosecutor in this case, walked in the courtroom. He is being sworn in to testify now about this issue and his relationship with Fani Willis. Let's listen.
And then he goes on to talk about how she paid him in cash. They took these trips together.
You have receipts of the checks or anything? Oh, she paid me in cash. Oh. Okay.
Did he also say that he didn't say that the relationship started before he was hired, though, did he?
No, I think he said it was later as well.
Yeah.
Pretty sure. Because his testimony, this was so bizarre yesterday, you could not keep up with what was happening without okay, wait, did I understand what I just heard? Go to social media and stuff. The way he described relationship and, when it's sex and when it's, oh my gosh, it was just so much. It was entertaining.
It's a wild trial.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it was a rough day for Fani Willis yesterday.
Point where Ms. Willis should be treated hostile in this situation.
I think we.
I very much want to be here, so I'm not a hostile witness. I very much want to be.
Not so much that you're hostile, Ms. Willis. It'd be an adverse witness. Your interests are opposed to Ms. Merchant's.
Ms. Merchant's interests are contrary to democracy, Your Honor, not to mine.
Ooh, zinger! She got her.
She couldn't even spit it out.
I know. Look, I've got this great line for that chick lawyer. Here it comes.
Now, was there campaign finance fraud?
She let this slip. I'd love to see if this goes anywhere. This was interesting. This is one of those things where you're like...
When I took out a large amount of money on my first campaign, I kept some of the cash of that.
Wait, what was that?
To tell you...
I
just have cash in my house. I don't have as much today.
Did you catch that?
She just took out a bunch of money from her campaign account.
People are like, what does that mean? Sounds like an
interesting.
Issue.
Yeah, that should maybe be followed up on.
No favors yesterday.
Jeez.
And she is the most. Okay, Jeffy aside, she's the most difficult person to get along with. Like, seriously. Like, she was so combative with everyone. I'm sure this is what Nathan Wade fell for, though, because she's so bubbly and personal. And
right.
was just fun yesterday.
A little bit geographically challenged, though, perhaps.
You also said that he was a world traveler and had been on many of the continents.
I've been to 6.
Have you been on any of those continents with him? Besides this one?
Where's Belize? What continent is that? I'm not being funny. I don't know.
Let's say, with the exception of
Belize with him. I've been to the Bahamas with him. I've been with Aruba with him. Don't embarrass me. I'm not sure what continents those are on. Whatever continents those are, that's where I've been. I'm sure if I gave it some thought, I would tell you. But whatever continents those are, that I've been to those locations. Sir.
Yep.
How do they have jobs?
I don't know.
District Attorney.
Seriously, how do they?
District Attorney for Fulton County, Georgia. The city of Atlanta resides in that.
What continent is Atlanta, though?
I don't know, bro.
You don't know what
you're trying to
continent they
embarrass
are?
me.
No, okay.
Trying to embarrass me. No.
I'm sure if you thought about it for a little bit.
That right
you
there.
could figure out. I could figure out what continent
probably,
Atlanta is.
Probably.
It's the Atlantan continent, isn't it? Is it the Atlantan continent?
Or the United States
Can we just go with that? Because I feel like you're putting me on the spot, and that's my hometown. I don't even know.
I'm going to say it's the Atlanta
Okay.
Are you going to go with that?
Yeah.
Close enough.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to
Thanks.
say.
You graduated.
Now, Belize, I don't know. That's the Belizean continent?
Check this out. I found this tweet.
Bahamian continent?
That was like 3 hours yesterday of those clips. I mean, it was.
Gosh.
And that poor judge. I mean,
that's incredible.
He had to take a 5-minute timeout. He had to, constantly remind Fani. It's been Fanny until right now. Now the liberals are like, like she would not give a straight answer to anything, like anything, a yes or no question. And it was 5-10 minutes about how her dad was afraid of COVID. And okay, so this is the greatest tweet. This guy, Caesar Pounce, tweeted out, Fani Willis is the Kamala Harris of Stacey Abramson's.
That's good.
Exactly.
That's good.
She's not qualified to even be anywhere near that office.
And she's got such an attitude.
Oh, gosh.
Wow.
Every single answer.
Man.
But see, the thing about the cash with the boyfriend, I'm sorry, the attorney that she's working with there, the thing about that is that she talked about how she pays cash to her or uses Cash App to pay like her friends and stuff. But with him, oh, no, it's just we're doing cash with him. Why is that? Huh.
Interesting.
Yeah, it sure was.
And he admitted that she pays him in cash.
Yeah.
So interesting stuff.
And she takes money from her campaign account for cash.
That's what we got to
keeps it at the house.
So is this going to be thrown out then for the Trump thing? Will anything come of this?
Who knows?
That's our ultimate question on virtually every issue.
No kidding.
Will anything come of it? Or are they going to skate out of this one too somehow?
Probably because it deals with Trump, right?
Right.
And Trump is more evil than any of them.
Exactly. And we don't care who we have to steamroll along the way to get to Trump.
Right.
We're going to do it anyway. Oh, man. 888-900-3393. Pat Unleashed on Twitter and Instagram and on YouTube when they're not editing the show or demonetizing us. It's at youtube.com/Pat Gray. So that's just...
Nailed it.
Yeah, thank you.
Perfect.
Thank you. Now, Joe Biden, last Thursday, on his son Beau's death.
Yeah, we need to revisit this because NBC News has done some reporting after he lashed out about this.
Did he? Oh, yeah, I love this story. This is so good because he was all indignant. You remember, we're about to show you that.
How dare you think?
How dare you ask me that
about
question?
My son. I mean, he's the one that brings it up every time.
Well, check this out.
I know there's some attention paid to some language in the report about my recollection of events.
Okay.
There's even reference that I don't remember when my son died.
Right.
How in the hell dare he raise that?
How in the hell dare he?
Frankly, when I was asked the question, I thought to myself, it wasn't any of their damn business.
Okay. The problem is, they didn't bring it up. He did.
Oh my gosh.
And so it's amazing. Unbeknownst to Jeffy, he didn't know that was the punchline here. he mentioned the fact that he's the one who brings it up every time. Sure enough, that's the case here.
That is... I'm so sick of saying that's unbelievable.
I know.
But that is unbelievable.
No.
Of course.
Of course he brought it up.
the one.
It's not bad enough that he brought it up. It's that he goes out in front of the press. How dare he say this?
Yes.
Of course.
Of course he brought it up.
Of course. This guy.
Yeah.
Her never asked that question. According to people who were there and familiar with the 5-hour interview with
it was
the
a couple
president.
days, right?
Over
Hours.
2 days.
Yeah, okay.
It was the president, not her or his team, who first introduced Beau Biden's death. Biden raised his son's death after being asked about his workflow at a Virginia rental home from 2016 to 2018. The sources said when a ghostwriter was helping him write a memoir about losing Beau to brain cancer. Investigators had a 2017 recording showing that Biden had told the ghostwriter he had found classified stuff in that home. Biden began trying to recall that period by discussing what else was happening in his life, and it was at that point that they realized he didn't know when it was. He brought it up, and that's how it came out that he didn't even know what year his son died.
And kudos to NBC News for journalism there. They found people that were in the room.
Yep.
And discovered the context of Beau's death.
Better and better for this guy. Every day.
You bet.
Every
Then he's absolutely indignant and pissed off like crazy that they dare even bring it up. Huh. Interesting, isn't it?
Just this whole revisionist history.
Oh, my gosh. And they're revising it as it's happening.
As it's happening.
Well, was it overtime? We talked about, they're deleting the internet.
Yeah.
History is being
and
erased.
We're right. And the dictionary is revising definitions.
Thousands of words, you said?
Yeah, 1,200, 1,300, revised definitions,
And for no good reason. Really, if you're so upset about your pronoun and whatever else that has to be reordered in society, then I'm sorry.
Yeah, there was no
list. You shouldn't be out in public.
There was no list. I could not find the list of the words that were redefined.
There are a lot of languages on this planet, not on this continent. There's
Do
a
you even
lot
know
of
what continent
I
we're
don't know
on?
what it's the continent of Dallas, right?
Is it?
Okay, we're on the Dalasian continent.
Yes.
Oh, spell that. I'd like to see that word. Dalasian.
But what are you going to do about French when certain things are always, it's law and law, because based on whether they're female or male or female. Same thing in Spanish. They've got their language is based in gender.
It's the end of common sense.
It is.
You can't.
How are we going to fix this?
They are literally destroying language where we can't even communicate with one another.
Indeed.
Now, this next clip, though, Chris, you sent this in because this is a follow-up from the Wednesday night, the Valentine's night thing, right? Where they're wandering around.
Yes.
They're wandering around, on the White House lawn, looking at the giant envelopes. Remember we played the clip yesterday.
Yeah.
Well, we got another clip.
We got to know.
You're going to have to explain this.
Joe and Jill.
Joe and Jill. And I think this is again, it goes back to what Keith said a couple of days ago. The media is so upset at Joe Biden.
Yeah.
They're just releasing everything. And this is one of those.
And so what you're going to have trouble hearing, I believe, on this low audio is that Joe asks Jill, hey, should we get a photo taken?
Yep.
And then Jill says, we just got one taken. We've already taken
we
it.
forgot that they took a picture in front of the envelope.
All right.
Just wanted to see it.
There's a Joe and Jill one right beneath you. You see that?
Yeah.
Show that one.
Yeah.
Hello?
She never did this for me before when we were home.
Wow.
Want to get a picture in front?
Want to get a picture?
And then he does his fake jog.
We already did that.
We already did that.
She hates him so much.
I know. She sure does.
She hates him so
Oh, she does. 100%. 100%.
She loves the power he brings to the equation, though.
Despised by him. She can barely stand in that road.
Yeah, it's funny.
Should we get a picture? We just did.
Hey, stupid. Come on.
She's waiting for him in the driveway, and she is just furious.
So there are a few people out there still trying to defend Joe Biden in his memory. I love this op-ed. I don't know what this is, Public Notice. And this is a guy named Stephen Robinson. Here's the headline. If Biden is senile, why is he kicking so much Republican ass, huh?
Is he though?
You got to see this headline. Hold on, and then I have to read this quote. Hang on.
So good.
Listen to this. One thing. If Rush Limbaugh taught me anything, it's go to the last paragraph. Listen to this. Biden apparently suffers from the rare form of dementia that makes him more focused and disciplined as president than he ever was as vice president. This is the story the media should pursue if they followed facts and ignored vibes.
And who's writing this?
Some guy named Stephen Robinson. Remember the headline? If Biden is senile, why is he kicking so much Republican ass? Okay, Republicans kick their own ass. So they don't need help with that. But is that not the most pathetic defense? This dementia makes him more focused and disciplined.
Oh, okay.
Come on, bro.
Yeah, clearly. I mean, you got to be so far up his rectal cavity.
I love the new footage from Easter with or Valentine's Day or whatever the hell it was.
Valentine's Day.
Yeah, him just standing there lost, looking at the card, blowing his nose.
Yeah. If you listen to this podcast and you don't get the visuals, I would highly encourage you to go to the YouTube channel later today. You're right, Jeffy. This is top of his game. Lost.
Man, yeah, right here. And she's walking ahead to the road. She is just.
And what is he?
My gosh.
Like, it's not even like. There's nothing there.
You never did this big for me before when we were home.
You never did it this big for me before when we were home.
Want to get a picture in front?
Oh, we did.
So great.
You want to get a picture in front? Oh, we did.
And he almost trips.
We did.
He almost
Stupid.
trips on that.
You're right, though. She's so pissed.
Oh.
She's so mad.
She wants to scream at him so bad.
Joseph, come here.
We already did, you doddering old fool.
It's elder abuse.
Oh.
It's so clear that abuse is going on here. But Maxine Waters has vouched for him.
Oh, okay. Well,
so
there you go.
He's got that going for him.
President Biden is absolutely fit. Trump is the one who is crazy. I think he's the one who's a liar. He's the one who has proven that he cannot be trusted.
All right. Thank you, Maxine.
You got to catch this elevator. I'm out.
Yeah. Have fun later today, though, in East Palestine, Ohio. You get a visit from the president. So
and everybody's going to be so welcoming.
Man.
You know, they can't wait. They can't wait to show him
exciting times.
Their appreciation for him showing up just a year later.
Well, just because he wasn't there. Just because he wasn't there personally doesn't mean he wasn't fighting for them and doing things behind the scenes.
That's correct.
Making things right for them.
Now, the EPA says everything's fine around East Palestine, so stop complaining. But people are still pulling.
You say that like it isn't.
Because people are still, as of last night, we're still pulling chemicals out of the creek, digging it out of the banks, and this is at the park right there. And there's a lot of people that get their water on wells there around East Palestine, Ohio. This is not a problem. Okay,
they should get it from the city, like everyone else.
And there you go.
I mean, that was clear last night. How old were you last night?
Who's going? Are you eating the dirt from the banks of a river? No.
I don't know, man. That's where the water comes from that goes to the town.
Wow.
I know.
Wow.
It's terrible. And they haven't even declared a state of emergency, right?
What are the odds?
No, because from the beginning they said everything was fine.
It's fine.
From the beginning.
Unbelievable.
I mean, if it was fine then, it's certainly fine now.
Right. Yeah, it's cleaned up.
And just remember, East Palestine, if you're drinking water or eating fish from around your town, you're dumb.
Yeah, from the wells. I mean, you should be drinking it from the city.
Oh, that's right. Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. Get it from a government source. You're right.
Yeah.
They're trustworthy all the time.
What are the odds? What stories does Biden tell the people of Ohio today?
Well, I think he tells the kitchen story because he can relate to their tragedy. My house almost burned down. And I almost lost my wife,
This one we should
my
do.
dog, my car. Yeah, I bet it's the kitchen
Gotta
story.
be that one. He has to do that one. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good call.
We should always
That's
try
a
to
good
predict
call.
what story he's going to tell. When he
Yeah,
goes
we
to
should. It's a fun game.
figure out what the topic is.
So my guess is the kitchen story.
Oh my gosh,
That's a
so
good
right.
call.
Yeah.
You are 100% right.
We'll see. But where's Erin Brockovich when you need her?
Huh.
Why isn't some attorney all over this situation? Is it just
maybe
because
they are?
It's not Dow Chemical involved? It's the U.S. government? What is the deal here? Why hasn't anybody gone to bat for East Palestinians?
It's weird.
Palestinians.
Oh yeah, how would you do that?
How would you do that? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
But on the lighter side, TechRoo sent us a side-by-side dog versus Biden. This is a little bit of animal video fun.
Oh yeah,
here,
animal
I guess,
video fun.
right?
Yeah, let's see the
All
dog,
right.
dog versus Biden.
So
look at that.
Going upstairs.
A dog.
Down he goes. Down, and a third time. Oh, but the dog on the other side climbs right up on two legs.
On two legs.
On two legs. That's impressive. One more time from the top, if you would, because
Let's just keep sneaking in an animal
What are you
video.
talking about? No,
Yeah.
it's
That's all
Tech
it
Roo
is.
sneaking in an animal video.
I can tolerate this because look at that. We don't see that video enough. Wow, that was bizarre. Holy cow.
Now this next one is what I snuck in.
Oh, okay. You snuck in a Rockstar Valentine's Day video.
Rockstar. It's Rockstar. Mm-hmm. Valentine's.
So here's a dog and a cat love.
Oh, you still got that attitude? Come on, girl. Come on, girl. You know that's just a little bite. You acting like you don't miss me. You don't miss me? You don't miss me? How about now? When I touch you like this and I hold you like that, it's so hard to believe, but it's all coming back to me.
Look at that. See, that's beautiful. So Valentine's Day a couple days late, Jeffy.
I will say he's pretty good.
Oh, he's so
That
He's
stuff
awesome.
is fun.
I think he's really
he's
awesome.
funny.
Yeah.
He's funny. Because just
However.
by itself, that video
No.
would have been.
Not however.
Whatever.
Not however. No. moving on.
Yes, he is sneaking in
Back-to-back
animal
videos.
videos. Yeah.
1.5. Remember, Biden was on. Okay, so yeah, back-to-back animal video. You're right.
Did you see Anthony Weiner's ex-wife, Uma Abedin?
Yeah, what is that? I can't
Apparently,
remember.
she's dating George Soros' son now.
The young Soros. Yeah, they're all hot and heavy.
There's the two of them on Valentine's.
Aw.
Isn't that great?
Good for her.
If that doesn't scream power couple.
Oh, yeah.
No doubt about that.
Oh, my goodness. You've got Hillary Clinton's right-hand man and George
Whoa.
Soros' son. What? Okay.
Uma is not a right-handed man.
What should I say? Right-hand person? Because that would have sounded so natural.
Hillary's do-girl. This works.
Hillary's do-girl and George Soros' son. I mean, that right there is
Oh, man.
trouble. That's big trouble right
Seriously.
For sure. And, you know, there's been a million articles about this lately, but he's apparently worse than his dad. And his dad is evil incarnate. So, yeah, we're in for some fun when Junior takes over.
And George Soros.
And he really kind of has.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, he kind of has. I
Supposedly.
mean, I know George is
What,
still
91,
alive.
92,
he's still
93.
alive, but he's got some young women business to take care of these days. So
And
let
Soros
the
is-
son deal with them.
It's over 200 radio stations that George Soros is buying.
Yeah, they
now,
just bought.
including what, WCBS,
Odyssey.
1010 Wins.
Wow.
Or so, yeah, Odyssey. Yeah.
Oof. Wow.
WFAN.
It's fine.
Some big
The Fan.
Yeah,
Yeah,
big
it's
northeastern stations now.
Don't worry about it.
Under the
Don't worry
control
about it.
of
No, I'm not worried about it.
George Soros. So that's neat.
Oh, man. Can you imagine?
What doesn't he have his hands on?
He's smart, though. I mean, he knows.
I know.
He knows what to do and where to go, like the attorney general thing in the states.
Oh gosh.
People who
that check got cashed.
in 2020. Oh my
Yes.
gosh. Yes. Hey, you know what? I'm going to go to the people who handle the election. Brilliant,
Yeah.
evil, but an evil genius. So we got that going for us. Don't worry about it.
It's fine.
All right.
Don't worry about it.
Maybe we'll check Jeffy's Fat Five if you got
Fine.
that.
Yeah, we can do a Fat Five.
We'll do that
absolutely.
next.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
has some tweets in relation to some of the things we've talked about this morning, including the death of Alexei Navalny in Russia. We're a little surprised that Putin would be so bold, but forget about it, tweets. In the words of our newest American citizen, Dolph Lundgren, if he dies, he dies. That's that Soviet attitude. And that's probably the attitude that Putin had.
Dolph is Ukrainian, I believe.
Is he?
I think they're in the
Swedish American.
But in the movie, in Rocky, he's Ukrainian.
Yes, he is. Yes.
I mean, he's fighting for Russia in Rocky 4, but in the final Rockies, he's Ukrainian.
Okay.
And I didn't realize he just became an American, too.
Yeah, I didn't know that either. So
how cool is that?
Good stuff.
The world's officially coming to an end when, the face of the Cold War.
Yeah.
He's an American now.
If Jews could be. No, I was just thinking about stupid Rocky at the end of the movie. He's talking to all the Russians. If Jews can be.
Well, that's a Northeastern thing. If Jews can be.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Good stuff. Tyler Morgan tweets, I always feel bad when I'm beaten to a bloody pulp while on a walk.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I feel bad then, too. Yeah. And apparently, Alexei felt bad.
Yeah.
Afterwards.
Well, fortunately, we're saying fortunately, the paramedics arrived quickly.
Right on time. Just bam, they were there.
Everything they could.
Right. To
save him. And
sometimes people just die, but if they die, they die. From Giblets, if Fani and her lover get kicked from this case for any reason, they'll have others just like them to continue with the ongoing prosecution. Yeah. I mean, with the ongoing persecution, she means prosecution. Okay, yeah, all right, good. I'm glad you clarified that. But that's true. I mean, does it matter if Fani gets kicked off this case?
Not really.
Yeah, probably not.
It's a slight victory.
Yeah, but I think there are grounds for a mistrial here, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, that's
and then it would be up to them as to whether or not they're going to do a separate trial. But
don't worry, there's still a couple more trials in New York going on where the jury is.
There's also issues there,
and so don't worry about that. Look, that evil Trump.
Oh man,
we still have the Supreme Court.
Oh man,
got to get back to us on the ballot ruling.
Right.
So much.
From Where's My Pudding, Fani. She's a nasty woman. That was Trump posting that.
No. That's the tweet there. But we have the Truth Social thing from last night from Trump. There
good. It's a little more involved. She's a nasty woman.
Okay.
They're talking about the Georgia Fani scandal, or Fani or Fani.
All over the
hearing
world,
today, all over the world. In fact, by far, it is trending number one. I can't believe the Georgia State Judiciary or the governor can be happy about this humiliating embarrassment. It was a fake case from the start, and now everybody sees it for what it is, a major league scandal. All caps, of course, because he screamed that. The legal pundits, experts, and scholars are all screaming that this witch hunt, which has hurt so many fine people and patriots, should be immediately terminated and permanently erased from everyone's memory. The stench of what has happened should shame Georgia no longer. It should go back to greatness and fast.
If you took a plea deal from Fani, how you feeling? Remember all of his supporters that had the mugshots and everything?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now that the world has seen
should have waited
who she is.
Yeah.
Should have held out. Indy Hawkeye. Atlanta is the capital of Atlantis.
Oh, okay.
Duh. Okay, that's the continent that it comes from. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, stand corrected.
Thanks for the reminder.
KJP's blinker fluid tweets. After having a grandfather with dementia, I almost feel bad for Biden. Then I go buy groceries, and I don't feel bad for him anymore.
It's hard. It's hard to. I mean, we've talked about it before, but it's sad.
Mm-hmm.
But then it's not.
Yeah. But then you realize what a douchebag he is. And it takes away the edge of the sadness.
It does take away the edge. It does take away the edge. Just a tad. Just a tad.
Speaking of KJP, she was asked yesterday about crime Maybe this was Wednesday.
Okay,
this was
yeah.
Wednesday.
So, okay, do you remember
right?
I just mentioned in passing yesterday, I said, and then she was asked about crime in D.C., and she just blamed Republicans, and it was the stupidest thing. And I thought we were done with it. Then I'm watching yesterday, and she gives this same answer verbatim. This is fascinating. So let's do Wednesdays.
Compare Wednesday and Thursday. Back to back.
Does the president believe the nation's capital is safe for Americans from across the country to come visit?
I mean, look, we hear the reports and see the data as well. And all violent crime anywhere is completely unacceptable, not just here in D.C. We're going to call them all out in communities across the country. Everyone in every community in this country wants the same thing. They want their families to be safe and not get into politics on this. The president is wanting to make sure that communities feel safe, and we're not seeing that from congressional Republicans. We're just not. They continue to get in the way. The president has taken action. He puts that in his budget every day, making sure that we make communities safer, and we're just not seeing that from Republicans.
Wow.
And so we're going to continue to do our job here. We want Congress, Republican congressional members to join us in that, and I'm going to leave it there. I'll see you.
Oh, it's a big book, getting bigger every day.
Yes, it is.
Okay, so then yesterday, asked a similar question here. What's this?
Here in the district, it is not. There were 274 homicides here in the District of Columbia in 2023. That's the highest murder rate in more than 2 decades, since 1997. This is the president's home at least a few days a week. What can he do personally about reducing the level of crime that we're seeing here in the nation's capital?
So let me just be very clear. All violent crime, not just here, all violent crime anywhere is completely unacceptable. We just want to make that very clear here.
Same answer.
Every community in this country should feel safe, want to be safe, and so that's important. But I will say this, congressional Republicans, they don't seem to feel that way.
Oh my!
The whole thing, the entire thing was the same.
That's awesome,
man.
What are you going to do?
What are you going to do?
You got to answer.
It's all Republicans' fault.
You have to answer the question correctly.
Wow.
Thank you, Jeff. Oh man, thank you.
Speaking of answering questions correctly, how about questioning answers correctly, as they do on Jeopardy? What about that?
Oh,
we've got this fun Final Jeopardy question video that's been circulating lately.
Yeah.
This is amazing. It applies to absolutely nothing that we're talking about.
No, it was just
it's
fun.
just fun.
I stumbled on it on Twitter the other day. This is from 6 years ago. Miss Alex Trebek.
I don't think we played this 6 years ago.
No, I'm saying it's from that. No. We have never played this.
We've never played
I've never seen it.
Yeah, this is fun. But it's Final Jeopardy. Okay, one of the contestants is way behind the other two.
He's $100.
Okay,
I think, or something, or $1,000.
Watch what happens here.
My favorite category is geography, and for our final today, we've narrowed it down to Asian geography. Players here.
Geography. Okay.
It's the only country that borders both the Caspian Sea and the Persian Gulf. You have 30 seconds. Good luck.
Okay. Jeffy, you got an answer over there?
I do.
Caspian Sea and Persian Gulf.
I do.
Atlantis, yes. Or Bahamas.
Okay.
One guy, so he's down. He's only got 1,000. The others have over 12,000.
What continent are we talking about? Yeah, what were the scores?
The military guy has 1,000.
1,000. Yeah, 1,000.
12-3, 12-3. He had $1,000. Was in third place and wrote down what is Iraq, and you are wrong. It cost you $999.
Ow, $1. $1 in the bank.
Let's go to Carlos, who was tied with Fran.
Let's go to Carlos.
Listen to how Alex words this. Listen.
He put down what is Azerbaijan.
Listen.
And you were right to raise your hand.
You were right to raise your hand.
It'll cost you everything. You dropped to zero. Look at Manny's reaction. Let's go to Fran now. She had 12,300. She wrote down what is Tibet. The lieutenant was close when he said Iraq. The correct response is Iran. So your wager, Fran, is very important.
Oh, he wins by with a buck.
And lost it all.
Oh my gosh!
Manny, congratulations! You win the game with $1.
Thank you.
$1 to win in many, many, many years, and you now
Man, you don't talk about
there we go. $1 does it.
Fix being in on Final Jeopardy.
How do you wager every penny you have when you're obviously not very good in that category?
Right.
That's not good. That's not a smart move. Did he say that was the first time it ever happened?
Yeah,
no, in a long time.
In a long time.
Yeah.
Okay. $1 won the
tag. I thought said.
No,
it was
the tag
first time.
said, "Did it ever happen?" ? Go to jeopardy.com.
Oh, okay.
Blah blah blah. But Alex said, "Has been a long, long time.
Many, many years." All right, so that was 6 years ago that happened. When did Alex die? It's been a while, hasn't it?
A few years ago.
Yeah, sadly. All right, 888-900-3393. Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Chelsea Clinton has just announced why she stopped going to church.
She did.
This is fun. Because it was over abortion.
It was.
All right. And who can blame her? She left her congregation because the church was talking to her about abortion.
Right.
And that happened when she was 6 years old.
That's correct. Now, no one is more religious than mom.
Right.
Or dad.
Right. Well, unless it be Chelsea herself. I mean, the three of them are...
they scream church.
Yeah, they scream spirituality. They scream church. You bet. Clinton made the remarks at a fundraiser for her mom and commented on accusations that her family is not as religious as maybe they've purported to be. She said, I find it quite insulting sometimes when people say to my mom, my dad, or me that they question our faith. Yeah, how dare you? When she had to leave her church at 6 years old because
they talked about
abortion. Yeah. You know, abortion's being pro-choice to a 6-year-old is extremely important. We all know that. I mean, how many of our 6-year-olds have...
That's all they talk about.
That's all they talk about.
Tell my kids,
really.
Shut up.
Come on, back off.
6-year-olds, no.
Yeah, my kids haven't been 6 in a while, but when they were 6, and even before that, that was their biggest issue.
Well, yeah. Dad,
was to make sure that babies can be killed in the womb.
Dad, we want to watch the Disney movie, but first,
let
me talk about abortion.
Let's talk pro-choice here. I want to talk about killing babies.
Yeah, you're going to earn this screen time, kid. Boy. Okay.
She said, I was raised in a Methodist church, and I left the Baptist church before my dad did because I didn't know why they were talking to me about abortion when I was 6 in Sunday school. That's a true story. What? Is there a single person on the continent of the United States
or Atlanta
or Atlantis or Bahamas, the continent of the Bahamas or Belize that believes this is true? That's a true story. Come on. My mother is, she says, very, very deeply a person of faith. It is deeply authentic and real for my mother, and it guides so much of her moral compass, but also her life's work.
Does it?
Wow. So great. She chalked up her stance on religion to the idea that there are different interpretations of the Bible, but stated she takes issue with liberals who disapprove of her family's religious background. I've never heard anybody criticize them for being too religious. Have you ever heard that of the Clintons? What? Where are you getting that?
Never.
Never. Not once.
Never.
I recognize that there were many expressions of faith that I don't agree with and feel are quite antithetical to how I read the Bible. Yeah, well, I mean, if you read the Bible that babies should be murdered in the womb, yeah, you're interpreting that somewhat differently than I do.
Right.
I find it really challenging when people who are self-professed liberals kind of look askance at my family's history. She made headlines recently when she provided her stance on Roe v. Wade during a 2018 town hall on Sirius XM radio. Optimism is a moral choice, she began. When I think about all of the statistics that are painful of what women are confronting today in our country and what even more women confronted pre-Roe, and how many women died and how many more women were maimed because of unsafe abortion practices, we just can't go back to that.
Okay.
Which is what they stated for years before the abortion ruling by the Supreme Court, and what they've stated since with this back alley abortion BS, which they never told the truth about to begin with. There was a guy who was like the founder of the back alley abortion argument. He was the one who kind of brought it to the forefront, and he mentioned 10,000 women a year die from back alley abortions.
Right. That was just a made-up number, right?
He admitted years later, he made it up completely.
Oh, it's like the straws.
Made it up out of whole cloth.
Yes.
It's like the straw story.
Okay, that's so frustrating. How can we hammer a point with great facts behind it and great principles over and over and over again, and yet people can't absorb this as a truth?
Right.
But people can make up facts like this that become like basis for Supreme Court cases.
And it's written in stone.
Oh, my God.
It's written in stone. Well, yeah, 10,000 women a year died from back alley abortions. No.
How many senators and congressmen on the left have used that?
Oh, over and over and over again.
Republicans, too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. People just bought into it, just like you mentioned. The straw thing, which was, 500 million a year or something? 500 million straws a year wind up in the ocean? A 9-year-old kid made that one up.
Yeah. No, I think, didn't he call
he
a straw
called.
factory, and the guy gave him some, flippant answer, I don't know, kid, 500 million, whatever. Yay.
So he cited it in some report he wrote for school. A news agency locally picked it up, and then everybody started reporting it.
Got it.
It's been the gospel truth ever since.
It's madness, man.
I got hung up on the Hillary Clinton fundraiser.
I got hung up on it.
Is that the Clinton?
There's a lot to get hung up on.
I got hung up on a scance being used in a conversation by Chelsea Clinton. But what did you find over there?
I don't know. I guess it must have been for the Clinton Foundation or something. I don't know. I can't. All the stories are all old about Clinton's fundraisers, so I'm not sure what fundraiser.
It's probably the
Hillary
Clinton Foundation.
Probably for
it's got to be. She's not running for office,
right?
That we know of,
right?
Unless there's a presidential run being prepared right now.
Wrong first lady. Wrong former first lady.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't want Hillary again.
No,
that
retread
would not please them at all.
She may want that, though.
Yeah, she wants that desperately, but nobody else does.
And her do girl is who's she dating now? Someone with a lot of money?
Hummus? Yeah, she's dating Soros. Yeah.
All right, 888-900-3393. More Pat Gray Unleashed coming up.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Pat Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Good morning, American. It's Friday.
With some tweets for you. Drew Bob tweets, Biden will offer the people of East Palestine condolences on their conflict with Israel. That's good.
That might happen.
That's good, right?
That actually could happen.
You Palestinians have really been wronged by Israel.
Yeah.
This genocide, I've been begging Nut and Honey or whatever his name is to stop the genocide.
It's not the same. It's not
the same. Nut and Honey, the guy who did the cereal. The Nut and Honey guy.
Wait, what?
He's mean.
The
He's
Jewish
just
guy.
Plain, yeah, the guy in Israel.
You know what? You could convince Joe Biden before he steps out in front of the press today in East Palestine that Benjamin Netanyahu is responsible for the cereal. He's responsible for the train derailment in their town.
And the train, yes, okay. From expired Vax promo, the people of East Palestine don't hate America enough for Biden to help them. Lucky Trucker, will you sell the radio station? 1099 The Big Frog to George Soros?
Oh, no, never. No,
absolutely
Jeffy,
not.
No,
We need to have a board meeting about that.
There's a carve out in the contract. You don't get the frog.
Carl Smith, if all the events dealing with Trump happened in a novel or movie, the critics would pan it as completely unrealistic. It's probably true.
Yeah, no kidding.
Just Too Muck and Fudge. Thanks for the Rocky spoilers, Jeffy.
I've actually seen those, Jeffy. Aren't you proud of me?
Yeah, because you've only had 40-some years. Yeah, that's pretty good. Bad Engineer tweets, what is it with this administration using the words look and folks?
Right.
Yeah.
I know. Look, these folks are...
It's just a way they can't. They got to walk that. They got to walk the line of not getting being too
of not pissing anybody off.
Yeah, too divisive. Yeah.
I mean, that was an Obama word, folks. I only remember. I think Bush may have used it once, and we lambasted him for that. Remember
that? We did.
It was because after 9/11, the folks that did this in New York City,
right?
Folks.
Yes. Let's see, Lawler. I don't get when KJP speaks, the reporters don't call her out on her lies. It's maddening. Yeah.
Hey, but what does that get you? You know, I mean, she ends up then not calling you or getting you banned from the room.
Yeah.
She's definitely not smart enough to fight back.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, you don't get anywhere with it. I mean, I
when you call her out on her lies, she just lies more.
Yeah, it'd be fun to see. It's fun for us to see it.
Yeah, it would be. It would be. Asteroid repurposer. I got that Final Jeopardy question wrong when I watched it. Oh, 6 years ago.
Wow, you remember that?
There at the time.
Good for you.
Okay. B.S. Mariani. The answer to the Jeopardy question is, what is the Isle of Spice?
Thank you. No, they were talking about Asian geography. Okay.
Oh, okay, right.
Yeah.
And we all know the Island of Spice is
Western
in Asia.
Hemisphere.
Right.
That's correct.
Right.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Because when we battled there, we saved the Western Hemisphere from communism. So you're welcome.
I'm kind of proud of Jeffy for making it through that tweet without breaking down here.
Right?
Well,
yeah, because he doesn't like to talk about it.
I don't.
And yet every once in a while it still comes out.
You started it. You brought it up.
I didn't bring it up. But
B.S. Mariani.
B.S. Mariani.
Yeah, well.
So
doing all right?
I don't know.
You feel a tear starting to form? Oh, boy, I hate that.
PTSD.
Hate when that happens. Okay, we've got this UFO map that Chris has to walk us through because I don't know much about the UFO.
I don't either.
Is this where most UFO sightings happen?
Yes, this is reported in sighting. And according to this,
I got it.
There it is.
There it is. Look at that. Look at that.
There it is. I mean, so now you know.
Frightening.
You know.
That's why people subscribe to Blaze TV for visuals like
look
what
at
Pat
that.
just
I mean,
held
well, you
up.
can see. We can tell you where it's at.
Come
look
on.
at that.
Look at that.
You know where not to live with that map.
So
I'll tell you
help me,
that.
Joe, get that graphic up immediately.
Does he
Tell me you're not scared.
There we go.
Okay, that's a little bit clearer.
So according to the National UFO Reporting Center, the most UFO sightings across all U.S. counties between 2000 and 2023 was Lincoln County.
Hold on. Stop.
What?
Yellow? It's just the yellow, right? Because the red is just cities.
Yes.
All right, so the yellow dots. Lincoln County what?
Nevada, which is home for
Nevada.
Area 51.
Okay, yeah, right. Right.
And that is 820.9 per 100,000 residents.
Wow.
That seems like a lot.
That seems like a lot.
It also looks like the Northeast has a lot of them.
The East Coast also has some hotspots.
Yeah.
Upstate New York, Hamilton County, and Dare County in North Carolina.
Michigan's
And then
got a few too.
Okay, so
in Florida, I've seen some in Florida. I've seen a couple
leave that up
in
there
Florida.
for a second because I was watching an interview with a guy who searches for missing people, and apparently national parks especially, but apparently, and this is a total Free Think Friday topic here, but apparently a large swath in the center of the United States is where people go missing, just vanish, especially in national parks and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't see a correlation there with UFO sightings, judging by that map. I would have thought if they're connected, you would see more yellow dots down the middle of the country.
Well,
but
not really, because if you were abducted and vanished by a UFO, you wouldn't report it.
True.
No.
True.
Hold
There's
on.
no reporting going on.
It's a fair point.
A friend or family member report it?
No,
maybe?
they reported them missing.
Not
they wouldn't report it because it was a UFO.
Oh, okay.
No, but I'm saying maybe somebody else would see the UFO and report it. Not the same person.
But if you're going for a walk by
missing.
yourself.
Nah.
What are we in a Russian prison now?
Yeah. But the most states that saw UFOs the last year, 2023, were California, 440 sightings, Florida, 293,
I've seen
Texas,
a couple in Florida.
230, Washington, 212, and New York, 156.
Interesting. I want to see a UFO.
The sad part that I don't like about this is that the overall sighting report is down 19% from 2022 to 2023.
That's curious.
I don't like that.
Why don't you like it?
Well,
I think it's
in the
weird.
United States, right?
You
This
like
is not global.
Yes.
That's because the aliens have given up on us. They're like, not going there.
We tried to help them. It obviously didn't work.
Let's pull back on our Earth probes. There's not much there. Although the offer stands. If you guys want me, come take me, please, because
you're ready to go.
You know what?
Jeffy's ready for me to go too.
100%.
Jeffy's ready for me to go too.
So we thought we'd have a little fun too with this video about how you can buy a house in Portland.
Oh my gosh, bro! We always talk about why do you do the right thing anymore? Like, right? Why do you pay your mortgage on time when you see people getting free money? Why do you pay your student loan? Blah 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 blah.
Right.
I mean, this is evil. You talk
very
about evil
little
genius?
incentive to do the right thing.
That's for sure.
Evil genius.
That's
right
for
here.
sure.
Mm-hmm.
This is how I got a free house in Portland, Oregon, and how you can too.
Okay.
So the first thing I did was find a vacant house that somebody was trying to rent.
Right.
Next, I looked up how to break into a lockbox without using force. Thanks, YouTube. Next, I forged some documents.
Okay.
This made it look like I had a lease agreement, and I called the utility
Right, so then they
companies and
can't
had the
kick you out.
utilities put in my name. I'm not going to pay them, but they don't know that. When the owner showed up, I politely explained that this was my house now, and they need to leave.
Yeah.
So they call the police, and I show them my lease agreement and the utility bills, and they tell the owner that this is a civil matter, and they've got to sue me.
Yep.
This made the owner super angry, so she lawyers up and tries to evict me. Of course, I can't afford a lawyer, so I call up a tenant advocacy group who gives me a lawyer that's 100% free and funded by taxpayers.
Jeez.
So my out-of-pocket is still $0. So this lawyer fights on my behalf for months and months, really driving the owner crazy and costing her tens of thousands of dollars. Finally, the owner decided it would be cheaper to just give me a chunk of cash to leave rather than continue paying the lawyer. So she writes me a check for $10K and I move out. I didn't even have to clean the place up, and that's a good thing because I do a lot of drugs and the house looks every bit of it. Still no thank you note for aerating the walls, but whatever.
Oh my god!
So I just got 9 months of free rent in a house that otherwise would have cost me $3,000 a month, plus a nice cash for keys check. And I wasn't even charged with anything. I always thought that stealing was wrong, but it turns out if you steal a house, it's not even against the law here. So this couldn't have worked out any better. Thanks, Portland.
No doubt.
Wow.
I mean,
Genius.
It is genius, except it's in Portland.
Yeah.
That's fair.
And you got to live there then.
Yeah.
So that's bad.
But that's going on all over America.
Well, you might want to try Atlanta.
Yeah.
Where over 1,200 homes have been taken over in that manner.
It's going.
Wow. 1,200.
That was the latest big story, but that's happening
all over the place.
All over America.
I thought a subtle funny from that video where I still haven't even gotten a thank you note for aerating the walls.
Yeah.
Where he hammered out holes in the wall. It's good stuff. But what is this? I don't understand this.
We need to.
Well, you got to be willing to just do it, right? That's the whole thing.
A lot of people are.
Yeah.
They're willing to just do it. And then they get help with our crappy laws, apparently.
Yeah.
How is it possible that you can't just get that person out that day? It's unbelievable to me. How is this possible?
Now, I'm sure.
Country's done, man.
I'm sure that there are people that you could hire to dispose of people in your home that you didn't want there.
What?
That we're not hearing about. So,
are you advertising your services?
I think it's a good business. I think it's a good business.
It'd be fun, right?
If you have someone in
then you're in trouble, though. If you had somebody physically remove them, you'd be in trouble.
You got to get caught. They were in my home, and then they're gone. Sorry. No, you can't step on that garden out back with those flowers that are actually those flowers. Ooh, I think those are endangered species, so don't touch them. Don't touch them. There's nothing else underneath those flowers but dirt. Okay.
Mm-hmm. But it looks like something's just been recently dug
that's
there.
Because they're endangered species, and I'm keeping them alive.
Okay.
Is it illegal to bury an IED on your property? Sorry, that's all my brain was going to.
Yeah, but that's doing too much damage. I'm serious. You just go in and take them out.
No, I'm take the whole house squatting thing aside. I just wonder, is it illegal to bury an IED on your property?
No, but if the damage that it would do if it went off,
I have a no trespassing sign,
and
I had a lock on the gate, sir.
Some of the plumbing services and other electrical services
Internet.
that connect the neighborhood.
I have a sign that says
that, so your sign doesn't mean diddly.
Okay,
it's probably true. It's bizarre how our laws apparently favor the felons.
That's the thing, man.
How is this? How can that be a thing?
Because it was set up to not favor the felons, right? If you have the paperwork and justify that it's your place, you should be able to show that, and it's your place. Where criminals have used that to their advantage. Bless their hearts.
I don't know. It doesn't seem possible to me.
It doesn't seem like a country, does it?
No, it doesn't. And yet it's happened all over this nation. And 1,200 of these homes have been taken over by squatters just in Atlanta. I'd love to know the figure nationwide because
but I mean,
staggering.
You don't want to have to go to a different continent just to visit your squatted house.
Right.
And a lot of those have been turned into basically strip clubs.
Well, the one place in particular was in Atlanta. That's what they used. Turned it into a nightclub. They had horses. They had strippers. They had a bar. It was awesome.
It was awesome.
They were street racing out in the neighborhood. It was awesome.
Let's go.
That's great. All right. Do you know that a baby's heart begins to beat at just 3 weeks? This Valentine week, you can share heartbeats. Heartbeat is a baby's only defense in the womb. At 5 weeks, a baby's heartbeat can be heard on an ultrasound. And that's where Preborn steps in, rescuing 200 babies every single day from abortion simply by providing a mother with a free ultrasound and allowing her to hear her child's heartbeat and see their perfectly formed body in the womb. By 6 weeks, eyes are forming. By 10 weeks, a baby's able to suck his or her thumb. Preborn needs our help to save these precious babies. For just $28, you could be the difference between the life or death of a baby. And if you become a monthly sponsor, you'll receive stories and ultrasound pictures of the lives you help save. All gifts are tax deductible, and 100% of your gift goes toward saving babies. To donate, just dial pound 250 and say the keyword baby. That's pound 250, keyword baby. Or you could donate securely at preborn.com/Pat. That's preborn.com/Pat.
Pat Gray, Unleashed.
Couple of tweets. This from Sarah the Roma. Can the gun-grabbing Democrats explain the amount of crime in D.C. since they have the strict gun control? Yeah, D.C., Chicago, New Orleans, you name it.
Baltimore, cities. Kansas City.
Uh-huh.
I mean, we had the horrific shooting in Kansas City, but their numbers are through the roof with murders and shootings. And I think Dallas has made such a big deal about their murders being down, but shootings, I think, are still up.
And didn't they say Kansas City, the parade shooting, was just an argument among youths?
Yeah, they believe so, yeah.
How do the youths
And I don't know that they've actually charged anyone yet. If they
Not yet.
One of the reports I heard this morning was that if they don't charge them soon, then they let them go.
Yeah.
24 hours.
If they're not the ones.
Wow.
I know.
New Hampshire Pathead, we know that Bill and Hillary are God-fearing, devout Christians. What is Webster Hubbell's commitment to faith?
That is an awesome tweet. Chelsea's purported real father.
Oh, my.
Purported.
Okay.
Purported. I'm just trying to explain the tweet.
And thank you for doing that.
No one else was.
What do you got?
No one else was
Shut
taking
up. What do
care
you
of
got?
Hillary business. I'm sorry, no. That was not happening.
That was a tough enough chore for Bill.
Thank you.
Let alone others.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right, Jeffrey's got a Fat Five.
Okay, so on Wednesday we showed the picture of the AI pic of Joe Biden as they were trying to make him look stronger, faster than he ever was before. And I said, hey, what is that? Does he only have one leg? Is the Paralympics that he's running? Well, then I got an email from Jacob who said, hey, if you look at the AI picture of Biden running on the track, you'll see something and you get closer.
Keep zooming in.
You
Okay,
zoom in
wait,
on
what?
the track. You see closer.
What?
Oh, there's Joe Biden's leg off to the side.
No.
Oh my God!
So maybe a little work on the AI needs to still happen. It's not quite 100%, but that's
fantastic. That is fantastic.
So does he get credit for winning the race if not all of him is across the line?
Yeah, just hopping along. So it's being reported that America is facing another crisis. Vast swatches of the country are mourning the loss of local movie theaters.
Oh no!
They're leaving a cultural
Don't say
and
that.
communal void in their wake. This is the story. I'm not saying this, but according to this, theaters once stood as pillars of community life. Did they, though? Their gradual disappearance signals not just a change in how we consume entertainment, but a deeper loss of communal spaces that once stitched the fabric of American society.
How old is this story? I mean, this happened a long time ago in my neighborhood. On the main streets of Helena, our local theater closed, 1973?
How are you still surviving?
I don't know.
We're still facing the crisis, but people still want to see trailers of movies. The Deadpool and Wolverine trailer set a new record with 365 million views in the first 24 hours.
Wow!
That figure surpasses the previous one-day viewership record held by Spider-Man No Way Home, which had 355.5 million online views in 2021. Now, I will say that the trailer is 2 minutes and 25 seconds long. That's the one that hit the 365 million views in 24 hours. But the 30-second commercial that aired during the Super Bowl, I'm sure, helped out.
Yeah, I'm sure it did. Sure it did. Wow.
That helped.
Yeah.
That was the driving
Big
force
time.
behind it.
So did his tweet afterwards.
So it paid off.
Did you see his tweet after the Super Bowl was, hey, have you seen my new trailer for Deadpool? And by the way, has anybody seen my wife?
And the answer to that is yes, I did.
Yeah, we saw her.
I'm a big fan.
Yeah.
We also talked about the return of Jon Stewart on Wednesday, to The Daily Show on Mondays. And they made a big deal about his episode drawing 1.85 million total viewers across Comedy Central, CMT, Logo, MTV, MTV2, Paramount Network, Pop, and TV Land, as well as airing on Comedy Central. That was according to Nielsen's Live Plus same-day figures. So, they were all happy with their 1.85 million viewers, except Greg Gutfeld beat him with 2.23 million.
Good.
On Fox. So, didn't really, and Greg did it on one network. He didn't have the help of the push. I did find it interesting, though, that he claimed, Jon Stewart claimed, that he left Apple TV Plus last year because they didn't want him to say anything that would get them or him in trouble when it came to topics like AI and China. That's what he claimed. Apple TV, and I kind of buy that from Apple. They do a lot of business with China.
Yep.
That'll deal. Amazon subscribers are now suing. Amazon Prime Videos leap into ad-supported waters. There's a class action lawsuit now. The Prime members initially promised a commercial-free oasis. Now find themselves navigating ad breaks or shelling out an extra $2.99 a month. This sudden shift has prompted the lawsuit in California, accusing Amazon of a bait and switch that's left over 100 million subscribers facing ads by default. So good luck. They're suing for $5 million and the halt to the alleged ad-infested course. So we'll see if they make that happen. Last night, Caitlin Clark, you know where you love her, Iowa women's basketball player, set the record for the most points in the NCAA women's basketball ever. Really, it's not altogether true, but we'll give her the record.
What do you mean?
Well, she has the record, right? She went into the game, needed 8 points for the game to get to the 3,528th NCAA career. And she ended up having a great night. She had 49 points, 5 rebounds, 13 assists. I mean, she's on fire, right? I mean, she's been scoring, averaging 32-plus points a game, just on fire. And now this is the footage of the actual record-breaking shot. She comes down, does the logo three-pointer, boom. Within the first 2 minutes of the game, she scored, 3 three-pointers, and that's the record. Jeez, have a nice day. In her press conference, she was really funny. She goes, "Y'all knew I was going to do a logo three-pointer for the record, right?" Really funny. I love the Nike tweet. As she actually is one of Nike is one of her sponsors. The Nike tweet was, "You break it, you own it."
Nice.
It's awesome from Nike. Yeah, no question. She could have broken it this past Sunday, but Keith's team shut her down in the fourth quarter. First time she's ever gone scoreless in the fourth quarter against the Fighting Cornhuskers.
Lady Huskers. That's right.
Yeah, the Lady Huskers. Ugh.
Yeah, I'm with you.
So what I was talking about with her, there was a basketball player, Pearl Moore, who actually has the most points in college hoops, 4,601. She spent her time at a college called Francis Marion, which I don't even know exists anymore, for the Intercollegiate Athletics for Women sports.
Oh,
that happened a long time
that's
ago.
not NCAA. So she is the NCAA record holder.
Yeah. She still has a chance to beat Pete Maravich, too, for all-time NCAA, men's or women's. Pete had 3,667 points. So she could still beat that this year.
Pete.
Incredible.
Caitlin, awesome. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
We were talking about Fani Willis earlier.
Yeah.
And apparently there was something we didn't pay enough attention to while she was testifying in her trial yesterday. Was she wearing her dress backwards?
She sure was. The zipper was clearly in the front there.
Let's see.
And of course, she's got the American flag pinned sideways. She's just a mess.
Well, it doesn't.
What? Okay, what?
It still could be
first
worn
of
properly.
all.
It's fashion.
Could it?
It's fashion, yes.
And you are fashion, so
Thank
you know
you.
fashion.
Definitely.
Because you are it. So,
Correct.
So you're saying that could be a proper way to put a dress on with the zipper in front?
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. Thank you for that. Mr. Fashion, Jeff Fisher. Appreciate that. That's very, very helpful. Perhaps you can help us with this guy speaking out at the school board meeting, too.
Okay.
Tell us if everything's proper and right here.
I don't know how long you want to play this video, Pat. It's over 6
Fairly
minutes
lengthy?
long. Yeah, it just, as I watched, it's like a car crash you can't turn away from. And I just felt shades of Jeffy. I love this guy. I love this guy.
School
and
board
I
meeting.
felt like
Where's this at?
Dover. He says Dover. Oh, I knew and I forgot.
Delaware?
No, I don't think it was. It's I don't know. I'll figure this
Belize?
out. Anyway, yeah, Belize. It's the continent of Dover, Belize. Yes. So just see how much of this you want. I think it's a fun time because he's upset about the filth that they're putting in schools in front of children, pornography and books.
Okay.
So here we go.
Good evening, cowards. We covered 97 Spruce Lane. Nice to see a bunch of fat, ugly women.
Oh, wow.
What?
Wow.
You say something?
No.
This is Donald Trump speaking at the
fat, ugly
school board
women.
meeting.
Already a fan of this guy.
Let's talk about it.
We're not having that.
You don't have to buy.
That ain't free speech.
It's called free speech. Buy.
That's not free speech. That's
As she waddles out.
Okay, everybody, stop. Let Mr. Hubbard.
Hubbard.
Please.
Whatever it is.
Jeffy, just call him
Enough.
Jeffy.
Okay.
Go ahead, Rick.
And we wonder why children are retarded stupid today.
Oh,
we
boy.
wonder why. We wonder why when we have these pathetic people here called teachers rape the children's mind. And if you people are too stupid to know what rape is, it's called control, you morons.
Are you speaking directly to the book?
Yes,
Dover,
I'm
New
speaking
Hampshire.
to all of you. Don't worry about it. I still got my time.
Focus on the book, please, because that's what Citizens Forum is
I'm
about.
talking about the book.
Okay.
I'm talking about the stupidity of the people who want the book in the high school. That's what I'm talking about. The retards that we have in our community.
I don't know that we need to allow this kind of abusive speech. I'm not aware of what the process is, but
go ahead
I
and
think we have
violate
a
my
right to
constitutional
stop
rights.
this
I
kind of
dare
abuse.
you.
Well, that's not very nice. Say something.
The big girl comes back in.
Mr. Hubbard, would you
She's okay with it now.
say something specific about the book so that we can let you continue speaking rather than making these generalities?
Can I get there?
Fast, really fast.
No, there's no fast. You
I'm
don't tell
saying
me how to
fast.
speak.
Is this in
Excuse me?
Boston?
You don't tell me
Somewhere
how to
near
Dover, New Hampshire.
Dover, New Hampshire. Okay. Very close to Boston.
In this
I mean,
situation.
you're wasting all kinds of time fighting over whether
and give me my
Point of order.
I'd
I'd like to propose a recess.
Sit down, please.
I'd like to propose
My
a
5
recess.
Now, don't interrupt me. This is my constitutional
Dr. Meader,
right to
point of
speak,
order.
and
I'd like to
ugly
propose a
people don't
recess.
like
This
it.
is unacceptable.
Imagine
I
that.
propose a recess.
Oh, cowards.
Okay. Do I have a motion to recess?
I move to recess.
Bye,
All in
girls.
favor of recessing? Maybe sit down and take a breath.
No, I have the
Okay,
right
then
to
you can
speak to you.
continue
You
speaking,
people
but
are
we're
stupid.
recessing.
All right, take a break.
Recessing up.
Now
Hold
we're
on a
back.
second now. Is that through the interruptions from these clowns here?
Which time I
Does
got
that
left?
include that, or are you going to give me back?
Pause it for a second. So
let's
this
get-
is after the recess?
Yeah.
They did take a recess.
Yeah, they took a break.
Then they came back, and
Gonna
now
finish his
he's
time.
at it again.
He's going to finish his time.
This is great.
Some of the people that came in after the recess
Made his point for him. Made his
They
point.
did make his point.
All right.
3 minutes.
Here we go.
Ooh, wow. 7 seconds?
Yeah. I
Time's
think that
ticking.
was 9.
Okay, thank you. Is it
welcome.
starting?
Ready. Go for it.
Go.
Is it starting? Okay.
Do it.
Yes.
So
Let's hear it.
I was going on that I don't believe you clowns are helping the citizens of the city of Dover. See, what happens is, and I've been looking at this for quite a while now, and it's so ugly and true. It's really gross. See, what happens is teachers teach children, okay? And then those children grow up, and they have brains. And then adults with brains, I'm getting there. You calm down now. Calm down.
I'm calm. I'm just trying to get you to
Don't
the
interrupt
point.
me. You're interrupting me again.
Sorry.
Thank you. Now give me 15 seconds.
No.
Oh, good.
Whatever. Keep going.
Okay. So these children grow up and become adults.
I mean, I do want to
And
get
now
to the
they're
point.
just as stupid as they were taught, right? Or just as smart as they were taught. And so what happens is we all become dumber and dumber and dumber. And we don't even have the brains right now in our society to see that this book is not worthy to be where it is. I've heard a lot of people talk about sexual assault, but I haven't heard anybody say that they were. Maybe you did. No, I can't remember.
Are you kidding me right now?
Take it easy.
But anyway, there's a difference between people talking about it and people who have been through it. Okay? So when you go
Right.
through it, you know what the difference is, and where up is up, and down is down, and left is left, and right is right, and wrong is wrong.
Yeah,
And
right.
you people are dumb people. You're not smart enough to know that you should take this book out and potentially put it in the regular library.
And you're the pinnacle of intelligence.
You have 1
Jay-
minute.
You're the pinnacle of
Shell.
intelligence.
I love stupid people. They're so. So anyway, that's why we have a bunch of morons in front of us today, because they grew up being taught by stupid
Right.
people and communist people.
That's why it's getting
and
worse.
Indoctrinating people.
Yep.
That's why you people don't have the brains to see that this could be hurting children of the future.
Right?
Fact.
Who
It
are
is
going to
fact.
grow up and be just as dumb as you people.
Dumber.
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 Probably
Yeah.
dumber.
Thank you.
Yep, probably dumber.
Do I have any more time left?
You have 21 seconds.
21 seconds.
You're fat. You're fat.
There's
you're
nothing
fat.
that's going to change here. You communists are going to do what you do, and the public is just going to pay the price. That's all. And at some point, the tide's going to change, and then you people are going to be extinguished. That's all.
That's all.
Extinguished?
That's what happens.
Time.
Yeah,
That's
we're
what
all
happens.
extinguished.
Thank you. Thank you.
And
Thank you.
Thank you, communists.
No, thank you.
Thank you, communist. Mr. Hebert Hubbard at the Dover, New Hampshire School Board meeting November 1st.
Do we know what book they were talking about?
I could not
the specific book.
Let me check.
He never mentioned the name of the book.
They didn't mention
sadly.
the specific book that they were after. They make such a big argument about book burning and books being available.
Oh, I found it.
Nothing is farther. I mean, the deal is that the book is still available to people.
And like
just
he said,
not in the schools.
Right. Put it in the public library.
Yeah, he was willing to give him that.
Yeah.
The name of the book is Boy Toy by Barry Liga.
Ooh.
All right.
Jeffy.
And I'm sure there's all kinds of filth in that. Describing sexual acts and things that you don't necessarily want available to your kids in school. Now, if you want to make it available in your house,
good for you.
Good for you.
Yeah,
go ahead. Go ahead. If you think that's wise, if you think that's the way to go, then buy the book and display it proudly on your shelf. Give it to your kids to put on their bed table. Whatever.
The
but you
bedtime
don't
stories.
You don't need it in public schools.
Yeah,
and that's kind of what he was sort of saying.
The
in a
plot
very insulting
summary, Boy Toy tackles the difficult topic of predatory sexual grooming and molestation.
Jeez.
Let's see. Novel follows the healing process of a teenager whose teacher manipulated him into a sexual relationship in junior high school. 5 years later, still unable to process, blah, blah, blah.
Okay, well, I mean,
yes,
be an educational story.
Could be. I haven't read it. And
Sounds
I'm
very
not going to.
So that the boys have an idea of whether they're being groomed or not. I mean, that's not a bad thing. But it's
Fisher, calm down,
it doesn't need to be.
I take it
in
back.
school.
I complimented you when I referred to you as Mr. Hibbert Hubbard at the Dover, New Hampshire.
By the way, those ladies at the board meeting, man, they look like some ladies. They just want to have some fun. I bet they're a chip. Oh,
that's.
I bet you they are fun.
Oh, they are so fun.
I bet you they are fun.
I don't think there's any question of that.
Yeah, no.
You could tell. You could just tell.
You could tell.
Especially the chairperson.
They know how to have a good time, for sure. All right. When you absolutely positively have to buy or sell a home, and let's face it, sometimes you gotta sell your home or buy a new home. You want a real estate agent that you can trust on your side. Glenn's company, realestateagentsitrust.com, is just that real estate company where you can have these agents. That was really profoundly put.
I was going to ask if I could quote you on that.
That wasn't even in the script. I just ad-libbed that.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Ad-lib, a tease.
That's awesome. If you're tired of dealing with incompetent real estate agents like Glenn was, then this is the place to go. And it's a free service. That's the thing. We set you up with a great agent, the best in your area, with great marketing plans, who are fans of the show, and you're going to have things in common with them. And we do that for free. Then the two of you work it out, and you're off to the races. So if you're trying to buy or sell a home, you know how stressful that can be. You need somebody really good who can get you through the process and help you understand, all right, what should I do to sell my home? Do I have to replace the countertops, the flooring? Should I remodel a bathroom or the kitchen? They'll know because they're with the buyers all the time, and they know how to get this done. Real Estate Agents I Trust. The name says it all. realestateagentsitrust.com.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
You know, part of the thing is with this guy that just spoke before the school board, we're so frustrated by what's going on, and people will not listen.
Correct.
To what is being said.
Yep.
And they're continually screaming about, I want to ban books. No, I don't want to ban the book. Put it in the public library. I don't want it at my kid's school. So we're so frustrated that this is the end result now. Mm-hmm. People are just coming out and being nasty because they feel like you're nasty, so
I'm going to be nasty.
It's right
too.
back in your face.
Right.
And it's unfortunate. It probably shouldn't be that way. We shouldn't stoop to their level, but that's what's happening right now. People were so disgusted by everything going on in the Obama era that it gave rise to Donald Trump, who speaks his mind. He's pretty clear like that. He doesn't really edit himself. And so in tweets or even in press conferences, whatever, he's going to speak his mind. And we like it.
Yeah, we do.
So that's what's happening right now.
It's not always going to be perfect.
Yeah, right. And it's not ideal necessarily to treat each other like this. It's contributed to real divisiveness. But we're sick and tired. Yeah. We're fed up.
Yeah, and a case can be made. This is how you deal with, as you put it, communists.
Yeah.
You just fight fire with fire.
Yeah. And so here we are.
Yeah, I know.
Here we are.
Good news. I'm looking forward to Kamala Harris, our vice president of the United States, is now speaking in Munich, Germany.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm sure she'll have some riveting comments about the death of Alexei Navalny.
Yeah. Yeah, Navalny was killed. If you missed it earlier in the show, we talked about Alexei Navalny, who has been in a Russian prison for a while, and now he's gone. We lost him. He's dead. But he got sick. He went out for a walk. He didn't feel good when he came back. They tried to, get him some really quality medical attention, but he died anyway. So what are you going to do?
Kamala looking pretty good today in Munich.
Okay. All right.
Really? So that's your conclusion from what we're seeing there? Okay.
Oh, my word. So let's think this through, because that's a good point you make about how Kamala is out there speaking. She's the first voice from the White House.
Mm-hmm.
That's very curious.
Yes, it is.
And it's, first of all, you'd have to wake up Joe.
Yes.
Right? You would
because it's almost 3 o'clock in the afternoon in Germany.
Right.
But it's really early. Joe Biden's not even out of bed yet.
But I have two theories on this. I don't know that it's to make her look good and authoritative. I think it's, you would have to explain to Joe who Navalny is, first of all.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the first thing you'd have to get him up to speed.
Mm-hmm.
And they have already, remember, he's been out of the public eye for 3 days. They have been making sure that the man is juiced up before he goes to East Palestine, because he's got to look rock solid. He can't be mouth agape, wandering around. They are pumping him full of whatever.
He can't think he's on the Gaza Strip.
Right. Thank you.
That
And the case remains to be seen on that. Yes.
Yeah.
And so you can't waste any of that energy on him discussing this.
So they'll get him up to speed on this, so he can talk about it in Ohio today. He'll have to.
Mm-hmm.
He'll have to.
I don't know. I don't know that
bad
he takes
Republicans,
questions.
gun control.
I don't know that he takes questions there today. I think you see him in a room with elected officials, no public comments. You just see him wandering around at a creek or something and acting concerned. I don't think he actually
be interesting.
He almost has to, right? No, maybe not.
It's almost too bad this is Friday, but this is why they did it this way.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's Friday, and the news cycle is so bad over the weekend that everybody will forgotten.
Yeah,
they'll have forgotten about it by Monday.
With the death of Navalny, maybe he doesn't go.
Maybe it's an emergency that has to be dealt with in Washington. I don't know. We'll see.
No, they can use this as further cover than a Friday news drop provides.
Mm-hmm.
This gets buried. Now CBS newscast tonight at 6:30, with a bunch of blue hairs watching. That'll be like the third story now in Ohio, as opposed to leading the way.
Indeed. All right, we're finishing up the week here together, so let's just let's show this really cool video of the rescue on the train.
Oh, yeah.
Where the guy reaches out, I think, and grabs a woman by the hair.
Yeah, I don't know why a train's going down the tracks with the doors open.
Yeah, that's weird.
Commuter train, but the lady, they hit a bump. I don't know what country this is.
Oh, yeah, look at this.
Yeah. So watch this. He
got her.
He grabbed her by the hair. And the train's coming the other direction. Watch this. You'll see the other train coming by here in a second.
Jeez.
Yeah. Boy, that was...
Roll that back from the start, because... And you know what to watch for now. Watch this woman.
Right-hand side.
Who's just walking around. And why the door is open, I have no idea. Yes. And out she goes. Oh. He grabbed her just in the nick of time.
Look at that train right there going by.
Good thing. Good thing he was there. Oh, jeez. Nice job. Hopefully she said thank you. Appreciate that.
What
wow.
What film is being filmed here? What movie are they making?
Mission Impossible.
Rush Hour
12.
in Bangladesh is what it looked like to me.
It did.
Fisher, that should trigger you and say that my theory is correct.
Oh, no.
No third world country should have any technology.
Any technology. I mean,
Like, if you can barely handle a train with the door open, can we trust you with anything else? And
No.
the train is pretty old.
Yeah.
It's not new technology.
No, it is
You might
not.
want to consider the doors being
The
closed.
new technology
when
would be the doors being able to close. Yeah.
So, once again, I'm
Well, we
proven
can
right.
either be traveling down the train track, or the door can be closed. We
we
can't do both. Can't do both.
Okay.
All right.
So, there it is.
I mean, she's very fortunate that guy was there. That's
No
for sure.
kidding.
And
No kidding.
I believe in that culture, females don't cut their hair.
Can I
so
hold on a second? Hold
That's
on.
pretty good.
I got to say this now. Hold on. Play it one more time, and Jeffy will appreciate this. Watch the guy's face. He's looking at her. He knows she's there because he's like, "Hey, what's up?" That's the reason he's a hero. He's like, "Hey, look at that. You see how he's checking her out? Yeah. Whoa.
Oh boy.
See, if he's
Yeah.
not checking her out, Jeffy,
She's dead.
He's not.
Fortunately.
he's not ready to. Yeah. See.
Yeah. Look at that.
Gonna look, all
Right there.
What's up, baby?
Right there.
Yeah.
Oh.
So she's top of mind. See. Otherwise, she's dead.
Fortunately, yeah, because that wasn't going to turn out well.
Can I
if
get
he
your number
wasn't
now?
there.
That's what he's thinking. Hey, I saved your life, bro.
What are you moving around for? Sit your ass
Sit down. Yes.
What are we doing?
And
wants
what
to
are
be
you
the
doing
first one
standing in the doorway with the door open?
She wants to
Do
be
you
the
have
first
no
one.
safety
Well, I think
standards and
he's
whatever
the-
this?
I think he might be the train guy.
No,
he's not a train guy.
Shut up.
Train guys have uniforms.
Shut up.
There's no. That's
Harsh.
not it.
Yeah, he's got his little tag there.
What tag?
What are you talking
What
about?
tag?
It's from the telemarketing place he just got off of work. Just clocked out.
Here's another theory.
Hey, he works at T-Mobile. That's why there's no texting. I don't know if you know that.
I've been in those countries, and those people don't shower every day.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So the door opening is one of those where, like, we gotta air this
That's
out.
possible. Yeah.
We
that's
gotta
possible.
air this out. Please, 2 doors
man.
open this time. We have way too many people.
Welcome to stereotyping others.
No, he's telling you the fact that he's been
He's telling
there.
me the facts. Okay. All right.
It's Chris Cruz's first day in America. He doesn't know how
He doesn't
you're
know.
supposed to keep your
He doesn't know.
inside voice.
What do you mean? He's telling you facts about the country.
Yes.
All right. We got this from Pathead. S. Jones, go. S. Jones, go. Is that what it is? S. Jones 60.
60.
S. Jones 60.
Good handwriting.
Due to Keith's handwriting, it looks
Yep.
like go.
Yep.
But there was an LA Galaxy celebration.
Oh, yeah.
That was maybe a clue as to what we should be doing on the Super Bowl, which cost $4 million for the
$4
jet
million, you said.
flyover.
Uh-huh.
Apparently, they got 3 helicopters to do the flyover and fireworks for $20,000.
I mean, that's how you do it.
Okay, let's see it. Let's see how it worked out.
Yay. Whoa, that's close to
And
those
there's the helicopters.
I'm afraid that those helicopters almost got taken out by now. Fireworks. There you go, 20,000. And we're done.
Kind of cool. I'm
And
not
we're
sure
done.
if it's
Not the same, though.
not quite as electric as
No, it
the
is
jet
not.
flyover, but
Those helicopters were too slow.
You got more bang for your buck for 20,000 than the 4 million with the jets.
Too slow.
you think?
I don't think so.
I don't know.
4 million?
I don't know.
Okay.
But we got more quality videos from Chris. From San Francisco. There's a driverless car that was vandalized in San Francisco.
The people surrounded it.
Oh, no.
Because they were pissed?
Well, it was driving in one district. I can't remember the name of the district. And no one was in it.
Yeah.
So a group of people surrounded it, and then one
Why?
guy, just because they wanted to vandalize it, and they jumped on it, broke the windshield, and then it burned. It just burned. They all stood around and just watched it burn.
Wow.
Yeah.
What's everybody out there for? What is
celebrating, bro.
It was a
Oh, after the Super Bowl.
Oh, okay.
No.
This was
We're celebrating just a car burning.
Yeah,
Did you guys not celebrate
it's a
that?
party district that they were in.
Hold on. What city is this?
San Francisco.
Okay.
Weird.
You know, we haven't. Speaking of San Francisco,
This is
have we seen any updates on
America 2024.
Have the homeless people all returned? since
they cleaned it out in preparation for
China.
Yeah.
Right.
And they put in those new tree buckets on the street.
Don't know.
And they cleaned everything up. How are things going? How are things going?
Haven't really had an update on that.
No, we have not. We have not had any updates on that.
No update whatsoever.
Can I show you a feel-good video that the left is trying to say, how does this make you feel, conservatives? Does this frighten you? Play the clip of the black women with guns. No, actually, we love seeing videos like this. Play clip 16. Absolutely. Arm the women.
Yeah, I love the fact that we're supposed to be pissed off by this.
No.
Because they're so racist that they are.
Right, exactly.
They're upset by this.
Exactly.
We're
I
not.
love this. Yeah,
it doesn't bother me at all.
And if you want to disarm women, what does that say about you, man?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Says you're a racist douchebag. But we knew that. We knew that going in. So you can ponder that for the weekend. And we'll be back on Monday to start a brand new week together.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.